Struggling actor Simon Williams is fired from American Horror Story for overthinking his role and demanding script changes, delaying production. His girlfriend, Vivian, dumps him the same day. Simon then meets Trevor Slattery, known for playing the Mandarin in Iron Man 3. Trevor tells Simon he's auditioning for acclaimed director Vaughn Kovac's remake of the 1980s superhero film Wonder Man. Since Wonder Man was Simon's favorite childhood movie, he begs his agent, Janelle, for an audition. She refuses due to his recent firing and behavior. Panicking about the character, Simon gets advice from Trevor to give a more natural performance, which helps him in the audition. After they have drinks, Trevor receives a call from Department of Damage Control, DODC, Agent P. Cleary. Cleary wants to confirm Trevor has made contact with Simon, who is suspected of having superpowers and is considered unstable and dangerous. Trevor, after being kidnapped from prison and held by Su Wenwu's Ten Rings criminal organization, as seen in Shang-Chi, returned to Hollywood hoping to revive his acting career. Instead, the FBI immediately arrested him. Cleary offered Trevor a deal: work for the DODC instead of finishing his prison sentence. Now, Janelle tells Simon his Wonder Man audition impressed the casting director, and he needs to do a self-tape audition for an independent film. Simon struggles to film it himself. Seeing his ex-girlfriend in an old self-tape video triggers his powers, causing an energy explosion in his apartment. Simon asks Trevor for help with the audition just as Cleary tells Trevor to hack Simon's computer. After failed attempts to film the audition at a self-tape studio, Trevor's apartment, and the home of Trevor's nemesis Joe Pantoliano, the pair return to Simon's apartment and film a successful take. Trevor secretly hacks Simon's computer and discovers the explosion damage. Cleary finds no evidence of Simon's powers on his hacked computer. He tells Trevor to go to Simon's childhood home in Pacoima, Los Angeles, for his mother Martha's birthday party, and to secretly record their conversations. Trevor convinces Simon to take him. There, Trevor meets Martha, Simon's brother Eric, and other relatives. While Martha is proud of Simon, Eric dismisses his career. Trevor notices Simon isn't close to his other relatives. Martha tells Trevor that Simon has always been lonely and she's happy he has a friend. Simon argues with Eric and accidentally destroys part of the recently renovated kitchen. Simon and Trevor leave the party. Simon tells Trevor he's the first person outside his family to know about his powers. He wonders if Eric is right and he should give up acting. Trevor decides to destroy the recording. Demar Davis, a doorman at a Los Angeles club, is exposed to toxic waste from a Roxanne dumpster. This transports him to a door-filled dimension, giving him the ability to phase through solid matter and teleport objects through his body. After he saves actor Josh Gad and others during a fire, the press names him Doorman, and Gad hires him as a bodyguard. While brainstorming for his heist film Cash Grab, Gad decides to cast Davis as a robber, using his powers in the film. Cash Grab is a hit, and Davis's fame grows, but overexposure and public criticism lead him to alcoholism. During filming of the sequel, Cash Grab 2, Davis loses control of his abilities, and Gad disappears while passing through him. With Gad missing, the DODC places Davis under lifelong surveillance. Hollywood studios then create the Doorman Clause, banning superpowered people from film and television and requiring actors to sign contracts confirming they have no powers. Trevor helps Simon, who is already anxious about the callback, celebrate the good news, ignoring Cleary's calls. Drug dealers from Trevor's past corner him and Simon, forcing Simon to use his powers to incapacitate them. A boy, Jaden, records the incident on his GoPro. Simon and Trevor chase him for the footage. In the car, they read a script scene from Janelle where Trevor's character, Barnaby, betrays Wonder Man for money. They find Jaden, who offers to erase the footage if Simon helps him retrieve his stolen motorcycle from Esteban. At Esteban's house, Esteban claims Jaden is lying. The drug dealers arrive, taking Jaden hostage in exchange for Trevor. Esteban's friends help Trevor delete the GoPro footage as police arrive, engaging the dealers in a gunfight. Jaden and Esteban reconcile while Simon and Trevor flee. Janelle informs them that the next auditions are today at Vaughn Kovac's house. Simon and Trevor drive to Kovac's mansion for the callback, joining other actors vying for the Wonder Man and Barnaby roles. Exhausted from his all-night attempt to get the GoPro footage, Simon falters during improvisation exercises, recreating a Pretty Woman scene instead of drawing from personal experience. Trevor, however, impresses. Simon falls asleep, dreaming he kills an actor who calls him a freak. He confides in Trevor, fearing exposure of his powers. Trevor assures him he's more than his abilities and encourages him to show his true emotions. Paired together, Simon and Trevor deliver a performance that impresses Vaughn Kovac, who casts them both. After Simon drives him home, Trevor is picked up by the DODC and reprimanded by Cleary for delays. Trevor confirms Simon has powers and asks Cleary for more time to gather evidence. Filming for Wonder Man begins. Simon struggles with crew interactions and script input, but Trevor assists him. Janelle tells them the New York Times journalist Kathy Friedman is writing a profile, terrifying Simon. He calls Friedman a character assassin who could expose his secret, becoming paranoid after learning she spoke to Vivian, Martha, and Eric about him. Vivian reveals she knows about his powers but didn't tell Friedman. During their interview, Simon is surprised Eric spoke highly of him. Friedman grills Trevor about his last arrest and any government deal, prompting him to walk off. Confronted by Simon, Trevor confesses his DODC deal to spy on Simon but promises to find a way out. Overwhelmed, Simon goes to a Wonder Man soundstage and unleashes a powerful explosion, destroying the set. Simon returns to his apartment, expecting to be caught. Trevor calls to apologize, offering a solution. He revives his Mandarin persona and publicly claims responsibility for the explosion. Cleary, aware Trevor is covering for Simon, goes along with it to justify an expensive DODC prison. Following Trevor's arrest, Vaughn Kovac insists filming continue, urging Simon to use Trevor's betrayal for the scene where Barnaby betrays Wonder Man was completed with Pantoliano replacing Barnaby, and the film is a success. Eric expresses pride in Simon. Janelle tells Simon he can now pick his next role. Simon decides to shadow a DODC guard for a new film, gaining access to the prison. Just as Cleary discovers Simon's powers use ionic energy and proposes him as an asset, Simon uses his powers to break Trevor out of prison, and they fly away.